hook and cogs and whatnot, not too effective versus us. So that was working. But once that Sven had hit that farm point and Pasha was able to get into the Blink Dagger as well as that Shadow Blade, he was just all around the map and setting up these easy stun strikes there for no one. So to open up this time, though, despite similar bans in the first phase, we're going to wind up here with a Darkseer overall for VP, and then this seems secret answer for the Clockwork. Now, I guess maybe they're wondering if they want to go for the Shadow Fiend, but it'll be another Shadow, a Shaman.
Oh, I like Shadow Shaman. It's a fun hero. VP.
I like Darkseer Disruptor.
Oh, it's big. It's the circle heroes. It's a circle heroes, you know? It's a UK meme where you pick all these heroes that just throw their spells down. And you throw more spells on top of the spells on top of the spells, and then the spells do things.
To make like the Olympic rings.
No, you don't do that. You put them all on
5 circles.
You put them all in the same space, Trent.
Oh, that sounds way more effective, actually.
You put them all in the same position, and then you drag all of the other baddies into the circles, and then they die.
So
and then you win
those UK Dota players.
Yeah. I mean, we're not very good at doing anything else. We just, press buttons and hope things work. So it's easier if we pick things like Darkseer and Tide and just, go in and try and win like that. But Shadow Shaman, I've been very sad that we've not seen this hero in the past, year and a half or something. I miss the days of AUI and Chuan hiding in the trees and blinking out to play Serpent Wards down onto towers.
Or just nuke waves.
But now you've got, 74 base damage on Shadow Shaman. You've got...
Flexing.
You've got Serpent Wards that can help you push, help you convert team fights into buildings, into Roshan. But the double disables, so often we would ask the question, why is Shadow Shaman not picked? He's slow. He doesn't really help people farm, and Shackles disables yourself as well as disabling an enemy at the same time. You don't have that fluid, the kind of fluid movement in a team fight. You're just standing there, locking people down. It can be a little bit annoying.
Gracious. TA made it out of the second phase. Would you believe it?
Amazing.
I'm kind of shocked. So I guess that means someone's taking TA surely this phase. And then we do still have the Ember there for Team Secret. So it does have that nice mobility. Works well with the Clockwork on your own team. Of course, you can follow up pretty quickly with the Remnants. Certainly a possibility here. We have the Storm Spirit here too. It's now not banned out.
A Doom? A Doom from Team Secret? So that shifts Clockwork almost guaranteed into the 3 role, and then you have the roaming Doom. Shadow Shaman for Puppy. They banned the Ursa against the VP Disruptor, of course. Saw way too much of that. Don't want to give them anything like that. Now you mentioned the TA.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be a good one for them. Get that minus armor, get the stacks going, start farming through. What about an Ember Spirit for VP though? Can be a bit scary against Doom, but you've got Remnants to jump away and kind of dodge the animation. Shadow Shaman, maybe with a Shadow Shaman there as well, the Hex and Shackle allow and enable Doom to land his ultimate and make sure that it always goes down.
Yeah, and Hook gives you time to close the gap as a Shaman too, to get off that secondary control of the Hex. So would be risky, but also there are the benefits of Iron Shell and just maybe Disruptor's gonna be able to control enough people that you can kind of do your own thing. But I think Alina or something would be a little bit safer, or even just that TA. But they go for the Sand King for themselves. We're just trading heroes back and forth here.
Cool. I'm loving this new patch, Trent. There's just heroes coming out of the woodwork, but it's not just individual heroes. When we look at you are more of an expert on this, but I'm just going to put a point out there, and you can maybe elaborate. But when we look at drafts, you don't look for just individual heroes and pick rates and win rates. You look for pairs and trios, and sort of maybe not 4 heroes that go together, but definitely pairs and trios that go together and synergize with each other, and you have strats built around them and dynamics like that. Why are we suddenly seeing a shift away from what we had last patch, and all of a sudden all of these new trios coming up?
I think when a patch starts, it's actually more individualistic. I think there's less of the trios and duos and stuff, though, because people are still trying to figure out stuff. We're back to the basics now. How do lanes work now? There's no shrine.
How does mid work?
Who can off lane? Yeah, how does mid work? How many Sand Kings can you just run at mid with brown boots? With these new waves and stuff, how effective is that? How much should we be doing it? Is that worth it to deny out 3 creeps from this guy and then put him on my hero? Did I just win the game by just walking in as Sand King or Ogre or Clockwork? So
just having your body there.
Yeah, I mean Darkseer Disruptor obviously a pretty big staple, right? We saw that the Kiev Major several games, vacuum into Static Storm. Turns out it's pretty good. But
pretty good, hey.
Yeah. We're just trying to like work into those pairings and try and find them. It feels like.
Yeah, bring back some of the old things. I guess from Secret in their first game on the new patch, or the first couple of games on the new patch, we saw from them almost, rip old drafts from old patches and see if they fitted in the new one. I think that's what Secret are trying to do now is, kind of slotting heroes into places like this is a TI1 draft, hey?
It's like that Elder Titan Phoenix that they opened with.
It's like
that
a freaking
was like years.
Yeah, exactly. That was the draft I was thinking of. The ET Phoenix and whatever else nonsense they had over on there. Lots of team fight. Was it Bat Rider, Wraith King, and something else? I can't remember. It was something else. But look at this. Lifestealer, Doom, Shadow Shaman, Clockwork. I swear I'm in like 2012 again.
Well, it looks pretty good, though, with the Terrorblade, if I'm VP, This guy, he's been getting banned out much later in the draft than he was before the patch, but still very strong, especially against Lifestealer, and works well with, like, a Disruptor. Kind of like, if you just throw the Stack Storm on top of your Terrorblade, it's so helpful to just, like, kind of do your thing, You're inside, there's less spells that can be flying at you, you feel like you're a little bit safer, even if you don't have that defensive backup of a Dazzler and Omni Knight or something, and we will lose our TA, though, is to be expected for sure. Wonder what their mid-hero choice will be. If they want another hero up against the Lifestealer, do they want
Storm? Do you ban Storm here? Ban the Tinker against TB. Hey, you could pick Storm. Hey, that's a good idea. Still,
they could also pressure really quick, though. They could go like a DK-esque hero.
Oh, I love that. I actually love that idea. Like, I'm really kind of timid around Storm and Ember Spirit now. You mentioned the Clockwork kind of insta-hook. Then there's the Hex and Shackles. There's Doom. Lots of ways for Secret to really get up in the face of those mobile heroes.
Puck's pretty good. Shadow Shaman and Doom is kind of scary, though.
Reserve time.
I don't know if you want to go, someone that buys a Lincoln as their first item. Queen of Pain has been known to do that.
I don't think you can really OD either.
No, that's a nasty one. I really like the DK idea. I really, really like that. You just go run at towers.
Doesn't sound like it's going to happen, though. Yeah.
Go splash damage for the Darkseer combo. You help out TB, push towers. You kill people.
I think Veno's a nice middle ground there, though.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of does the same thing, but VP's played it more recently. I could see that.
Bring back the no-one sniper.
It's not bad. I mean, you can just build 4-staff first on Darkseer and Sand King, try and help him from the Clockwork.
You can go Hurricane Pike on Sniper as well. You'll have multiple maneuverability items to get yourself out of cogs and away from the Lifestealer bombs. Viper. It's gonna be. Oh, I swear, Viper's gonna come back this patch, Trent. Viper's coming back.
Yeah, he already has a little bit of a win rate increase.
Yeah.
Just from the denies and general lane control.
I can't wait to see Baby Knight's new team in action. No, like, I'm not joking. Like, honestly.
Yeah. Baby Knight, Viper, Sniper.
It's gonna
nasty guy.
It's gonna be a sick team. Pick Viper every game.
What are you worried about Team Secret picking, though, when you're picking this? Like, a Lifestealer carrier, still relatively weak, and just the Clockwork, and you can go, like, Doom, Blink, or something, too, but, I mean, Storm, Puck still in the pool, so maybe you're considering those kind of heroes. Lena's still in.
I think mid-1 Puck is probably the scariest thing.
Yeah.
That's Lifestealer carrier, but it's also the harass that you get in the mid lane, the double nulls into Veil, amplify up the Shadow Shaman and the Doom's damage.
Dragon Knight.
You said it. You called it. You are the master analyzer of drafts, Trent. I loved it, but you called it.
Even I don't believe in myself. Would you believe it?
The
well,
DK.
I'm down.
Beautiful.
I'm in.
Well, yes.
So they do have the Lena, though. I was going to say it's kind of like, maybe I guess she's not a vehicle, but she is wave clear.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
wonder if that would be enough. Against these illusions and this TB, giving the range, Doom kind of frontlining, damage through the cogs. They don't have a lot of time either, and that's a very popular hero.
Outworld
I'll take the OD.
Clears through TB illusions, decent against DK in lane. Still susceptible to getting caught by maybe a Sand King, but he can also like Astral himself when he's glimpsed back as well. So lots of things the mid one can do there, even if it comes down to saving one of his teammates with Astral as well.
I really like VP's draft. I'm not sure how I feel about the OD. He doesn't have anyone to buff him up, really. He doesn't have the easiest time working around cogs. Does buy 4-staff, though, so he can kind of like maneuver himself around these fights and stuff, but he does have the illusion clear, I suppose, against the TB.
Yeah, little by little, though. It's not the AoE
it's not
clear
exactly
or anything
fast,
like that. Like if TB is on your high ground, he can't really go up and hit illusions, right?
Yeah.
It's more.
Plus, I mean, is Illusion Clear even that important against TB anymore now with, again, another 10% nerf? Like, it feels like it's way more about his early game pressure than his late game kind of building annoyance.
Yeah, his main strength is definitely that ramp, right? Where he goes from being this kind of annoying little guy in lane where he's hitting people and hitting creeps to all of a sudden 15 minutes in knocking down every single tower in the game and moving to other lanes where he doesn't belong to find openings onto other heroes. Is there anything good to reflect back onto them here? I don't think there is anything too amazing. OD and Lifestealer don't really reflect.
You would get the aura, right? Like on your team or whatever.
The OD Essence aura?
The play.
No,
yeah, nothing of consequence. Wait, Doom actually.
Doom, yeah, Doom's auras.
That's not bad. If he had like Alpha Wolf or something.
Yeah. That's like the only thing.
We're in. We got it, guys.
There we go. We found the weakness. The weakness in Secret's draft. Whoa, hang on. What's this?
What's what?
It's a red effigy.
Is it one of the bugged ones?
Why is it red?
It's just a cool one. It's a heroic effigy of the International 2016.
Sick.
Yeah. They got a couple of them. Look at these
so
things.
Mid one, yeah. They are very
They're
shiny.
fancy.
Very shiny. So Kezu offlane Clockwork. Mid one on the OD. Well, the Absol. Roaming Doom, of course. And Puppy Shadow Shaman. Everything pretty standard. And VP should be the same kind of thing, right? Pasha offlane Darkseer. No one mid on the DK. Lil going to play the Sand King again with Solo Disruptor. You know, comfort heroes all around. And Ramsey's TB. This was probably the hero that he rose to fame. Was it Manila Major?
When it was around that time.
It was around that time when he was playing TB, and you know people started to really realize that this guy is one of the big carries out there. You know, you think back to the days when he was still playing on SFZ. Well, I can't even remember what the SFZ stood for, but that, you know, he was playing with those
Scary Faces.
Scary Faces. Thank you very much. You are correct.
Yeah.
You know, they were just spamming Huskar every game. He was just playing Huskar. I was like, oh, cool. This is a fun team to watch. But they weren't really doing anything. And he joins a couple of other teams afterwards, and now sitting on a VP, looking very good.
I mean, Ramsey's the man, dude. This guy like plays like the safe lane Beastmaster. That was always one of my favorite things to watch. He's willing to do it all.
I got flamed by him in a pub once.
Did you? No.
Well, he was queued up, and he's like 7k, and his mate was like 4k, right? But they had the party MMR shit where they were in my 5k pub, and I didn't realize who he was until I checked his Steam profile. But we had been, you know, exchanging flames because we were both, like, to be fair, we were both playing like idiots.
I had the Not Today players muted last night. And he was like laughing at chatting modes or something, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh, I have that guy muted.
This was back when he was still on Scary Faces, by the way, so a good year and a half or whatever, 2 years ago even now maybe. It was a while ago. But now he's a big boy. Now he's destroying people. Now he's placing at majors. I can't blame him now anymore, Trent.
Speaking of destroying, mid lane.
Yeah,
Yep.
mid one.
Get out of my lane, DK.
Smacking around no one. Just with 1 point in Astral, Lil comes in to try and turn his back onto mid one. He's got no salve. Right. So I guess they just traded out salves there. No big deal. Dual lanes come back into mid lane though. Yabzor arrives. He's got a stun. He's got level 1 Devour and the War Stomp. 2v2.
No one's actually like so cut right now. How do you wear the set that has that sick lance on Dragon Knight and have everything but the lance? This is like so unacceptable in my eyes.
The Worm King or Worm Blood?
Yeah, it's like Wormwood or Wormblood or some shit, but it has this like badass like staff lance thing, and
like
he's not even using it.
A spear.
Come on, man, where's my spear at? And he's got the sword.
Tragic, Trent. Really is
unfortunate.
Well, Pasha bot lane looking like he's having a decent time. About to hit level 2. Has the mango for his soul ring already.
Not an easy lane to get to 2 in.
No.
Shadow Shaman, very scary. You know, you always think they're going to try and gank you level 1 when you're Darkseer and there's Shadow Shaman the enemy team, but he survives.
How's the top lane going? Kezu closing on level 3, doing a little bit better there. 2 last hits and 5 denies was going to be his cogs. More likely than not, though. No pull. Solo, where are you heading off to? He's got Kinetic Field and Thunder Strike. No glimpse just yet. Don't think they've got too much kill potential over on the Clockwork with Boots and Stout Shield. He's going to be relatively difficult to kill and chase down. Mid one. Astral here. Could be setting up for Yapsor to come in, but he's a little bit too slow. No one does get far enough away. Yapsor wants to walk in with a stomp. He lands it. Interesting move.
It's just like so ineffective. Oh, courier?
Nah, it's an illusion. He's never going to kill it.
I actually did more than I expected.
Yeah.
In terms of damage.
Yeah, fair enough. And now Lil comes in. You know, Yapsor makes the rotation mid. Lil mirrors it. Just got this constant head-to-head. Lane-wise, CS-wise, DK is actually winning out in terms of last hits. He's about a wave ahead of the OD, thanks to Breathe Fire being able to shove and control this lane equilibrium as well as, you know, take multiple last hits at the same time. While the Terrorblade 21 and 10. It's a little bit further ahead.
He's bottle-crowing mid with no flying courier.
Radiant's
Look at this thing.
No, it's flying now.
Supports. What is it? No, Radiant.
Oh, Radiant. Wait, what?
He's bottle-crowing with a walking courier.
Oh dear.
It just walked like the past 40 seconds.
That's not good. Where's
Yeah,
Puppy?
and he has no boots either, so it's like...
Puppy buys boots. He wanted his little brown boots.
Man, these support players are getting flamed so hard right now. 4 minutes in, GG, honestly. I'm done.
Where's my flying courier?
Puppy's got it in 10 seconds.
That's fair enough. Everything pretty static right now. The thing is, though, Kezu on this clockwork can't really farm jungle, so if he gets pressured in lane, you know, if the Sand King does rotate up there to look for a kill, Kezu does have to be on his toes and be a little bit careful about how he positions. And that's exactly what Lilla's doing. They've got vision over Kezu. They know he's moved forward. They're pinging him out now near that large cap. Kezu's not going to scout out Lil here, I don't think. Oh, he's pinged him. They've seen him. No, he's trapped, though. He's up on this cliff top, and he's got nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. The TB will wail on in with those illusions with the Metamorphosis, and Kezu will be your first blood. Ramses claims it. Gets himself a nice chunk of gold. And claims a net worth lead for his team, which is quickly dissipated by Secret.
Alright, now we can start putting that pressure out then. Good. Typical Terrorblade Gaming, helps the Disruptor too, now he can get some pulls off, and that's the other thing, right? Seen obviously lots of discussion around the whole denying thing, but like, look at all these creeps in here for solo. And if he can just get a couple of these denies, he's like, oh yeah, thank you. Right, a little bit of experience for myself. It's great. Another one. Man, solo's actually owning right now. Oh, are you watching this? You're not. I saw your camera move. Son of a bitch.
I wasn't.
He just, look at that. He just denied 4 creeps in there. That's so much value.
Good stuff. I mean, now you get the share of the experience. You know, usually you just leave them to deny to neutrals. But now you get the share of the experience. You get a bit more efficiency. Lil's coming in again, though, and Kezu once more far forward with no vision. They see him perfectly, and he's walked straight into the creep wave. He burns back Ramses, but we've got glimpse of kinetic field. This is going to be another simple kill onto the clockwork. They don't even need to expend that many spells. Yapsor with the Satyr Blasters coming through.
And no one now has 6-2, so a little bit of trading now mid, but that's a lot of int. I mean, it is level 2. Man, that thing ramps up so fast too. Every single level in the Arcane Orb, so 20 int stolen, now slowly ticking back down, and oh my goodness gracious. They got
moving on to mid, though. OD gonna drop here to Lil and no one. Yapsor's walked into the danger zone. Scorched Earth is up. But they've got another stun in 3 seconds time over on the Dragon Knight, but no mana on Lil to follow through with another Burrow Strike. Killing off the OD there, so important. This DK starting to race ahead. What are we looking at now? Level 6 on a bunch of people. Not looking too poor. No one's lagging behind.
Wonder. Oh, does he build Halberd this game?
On the DK.
That seems ownage, yeah. Against OD and Lifestealer.
Looks pretty good. He's losing all his mana right now, though. A little bit nasty there from mid one with a 2 points in Arcane Orb. Going 2, 1, and 3. Skipping out on the Astral. Just going for that pure damage of the DK's armor. So nice for you to have.
That's fair. You're punishing a melee hero up close, like. Yeah, it's one thing to just like keep astraling him and try and deny it the farm that way, but if there's not enough rotations coming through to abuse it that much, you might as well just Arcane Orb him and try and force him out in that sense instead. And again, yeah, that just denies in general. Creep control. Pasha gonna get some help from no one here. Oh, he even baits back Puppy a little bit. Oh wait, why are there 2 Iron Shells hitting me? Easy Invis rune kill.
I'm trying to contest this top pull though. Yapsor's running on deep into this dire jungle. I think he wants to ward, but he's being scouted by Lil, just following him through.
There's a mango.
Solo has a glimpse and a kinetic field. He turns back with a Satyr Blast to force Solo back, but there's the stun. For a strike from Lil, the trouble is the damage is kind of lacking here. Lil gets the bounty rune before YapzOr can think about it. Continues following on. Another Satyr Blast there. YapzOr, I think he's okay. There's a mango into stun again, but
Dude, these
Lil
raindrops
just
are owning Lil.
doesn't have enough damage.
Yeah. It's just too strong. Not exactly a favorable trade when you're throwing away a mango to take a charge off a raindrop, I don't think. Mid one forced back after stealing a little bit more int. And no one has significant duration still left as well, so he can put a little bit of pressure on the tower if they can clear the wave, but instead it's going to be mid one shrining up and perhaps even some assistance from Puppey. Has a smoke, but doesn't have a buddy. Top lane, Ramses gets the Sunder. Right onto YapzOr.
Well, he's got no meta though, or no mana for it, so couldn't turn to try and actually kill anyone. But he survives. He survives. Oh, they're shackling up. Solo. Don't know if they can catch him though. He glimpses back YapzOr. Oh, the Satyr Blast takes him low, 3rd HP.
Radiant's top tower.
TV and Dragonite into
Yeah.
the tower.
Say goodbye to your tier 1s, lads. Secret are here to try and defend. They pull back the wave. And YapzOr just keeps on spamming out these Hadoukens, but don't know about this. Dragon form wears off. Metamorphosis is still there for Ramses. The tower is
the
in
poison
deny range.
Yeah, it ticked it down.
3 HP off deny range though.
Oh yeah,
they
we're still gonna get one more tick.
They can't actually do it. In the meantime though, MP has got his hand of Midas phase boots. There's Pasha Darkseer. Should be able to farm up still down in this bottom lane. Looking okay on the net worth. And they're moving in mid for mid one. No mana on Lil and no one. We get slammed a couple of times by the Arcane Orb. Can't really go in on the OD at this point. Lil having 0 mana.
So it was a good time to come top though for sure, just because Kezu wasn't 6 yet, so there was no punish on just these 2 heroes. They didn't need the backup of their supports, but that has changed now. Kezu is just grabbing it as his creep dies, and could even look for a potential play with MP, because he's been free farming pretty heavily, but he's got the Midas, and with the armlet a little ways off, I don't think they have enough heroes to go for a nice infest gank.
Well, it's going to be VP that look to smoke. Lil has
Shrine in 1 second.
Yeah, okay. I was like, Lil has no mana. What are they doing? Shrine up. They'll Iron Shell themselves as well. I wonder if no one maybe planned to get in on that, but he saw the mid wave pushing in, and mid one going to get stunned up. No one starts things off. OD's caught with a Static Storm as well, and Lil holds the Burrow Strike, waiting for the time to strike. Maybe look for the secondary targets as the pause comes in from Ramses. Now mid one can Astral.
Ah, he's dead. There's a burrow.
But he is pretty certainly dead.
Puppey with the no problem. Good guy, Puppey.
And what does Puppey do here? He runs away. Doesn't want to get involved, but they got the glimpse. Straight back into the stun, and Puppey's given a twofer. Easy freebie there for VP.
That's a little rough, your Puppey. Yeah, like, maybe they don't get me in the chaos, but a little bit of time to think about it. But, you know, some mouse issue. I mean, honestly, no one's pausing to get a glimpse kill on a Shao Shaman, guys.
Oh, the hookshot in though. Kezu finally finds a jump in onto no one. Tries to kill off the cogs. He's got himself an avenue out, but the shackles land, and in comes MP. 1-2 swipe. No one's still alive with the stick charges, but with the Ether Shock and the YapzOr's blast of that Satyr spell, they will kill off the Dragon Knight and now converge in on the tier 1. Secret finally gets something going their way. Still have to be a little bit worried though about this TB farming jungle bot lane. Pasha getting into his mech, but a step in the right direction from Secret.
Yeah, and now we can think about the next rotation for our Life Sealer as well. Likely to have the Infest too. His armlet's almost done. There was a decent buyout from the DK. He only lost 158 as he starts heading in towards his own armlet, so just going to be standard DK build for now. Probably armlet blink, assuming that they want the extra initiation to pair with their Sand King. And I just heard Infest in and out, so I guess MP won't be moving anytime soon. Just going to get some regen out of the jungle or something. I like the open wounds Midas play. One of my favorite parts about Midas on Life Sealer.
Oh yeah.
Seeing that used in some pretty clutch situations.
Insta HP regen.
Yeah.
Kezu with a hookshot available once more. No one. Oh, hello.
Oh,
do they have the damage though? Jump in with the cogs. He stuns them back. Puppy drops the wards. That's where the damage will come from. Trap him in. Double cage there. Cogs and wards. So difficult for no one to get out. Solo might get caught as well. Trying to hide from Odie, but mid one's found him. Glimpses him away. Ooh, he's not going to be able to
that was such
TP.
a nice play.
He astrals him and Solo is going to die. Doesn't even get a ward down.
Your one hope is that Glimpse TP, and he just waits till the very last moment to astral him and ensure he'd have time to get back to him. And you can see what Solo's trying to do. Like, they're not guarding their DK right now because they're prepping for that next DK ulti and Metamorphosis where they want to start pressuring into buildings. And it looks like he was probably going to be top, so they're trying to lay this forward vision down from Solo. You know, he's always going out on his own. He's a very, like, fluff-like player in that sense. They grab Pasha bottom.
They attempted to deny. Ramsey's nearly had it, but MP, oh, hello, finds Yapzor as well with the slows coming through from Lil. Caustic Finale and another Burrow Strike in 2 seconds' time. Yapzor is dead. Kezu wandering around in the back end there, doesn't want to get involved at all, and this tier 1 is dead. Thanks to the Terrorblade coming through, but they nearly had the deny on Pasha as well. Ramsey's let off a volley of hits from his illusions and himself. Very, very close to denying, but still the Doom.
Really nice play. Like, to lose your mid hero there to a hookshot and everything, and then being able to find that tower and objective while you know hookshot's down. Pretty solid stuff from VP. Definitely looking a lot better in series number 2 today. TPMP right back in though, and Solo coming down. There's no static storm, but still in trouble.
Yeah, they just put the epicenter. Kezu burnt through. He hookshots back onto Solo and finally gets dropped. MP rages through the glimpse. He turns back. He wants to try and find Disruptor, but it's the lowly support. And in comes the stuns. Ooh, Puppy. Burnt down by illusions here. Lil, maybe enough spot a bother. Moves himself into the trees, goes for the TP, but cancelled out by the Infernal Blade. Lil has to Burrow Strike a little bit deeper, try and find another way to escape. He's buying time for, you know, his team to take maybe tier 1 mid lane or something like that.
He's here.
He's running around, he's hiding, but he's dead. He's dead, right? Surely.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, he baits out, what is it, like a 2.5 minute cooldown or something? Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. It's Midas to be used still though, so a little bit of money going mid one's way. As well as a tower. So they have DK ulti, Metamorphosis is back in 28 seconds. Don't think they really have the wave clear here.
Static Storm's ready for Solo if he wants to drop it onto MP. They could maybe stun with a DK ulti form as well. There we go. Oh, MP runs north but glimpse back in. Rages through with Serpent Walls down. Solo's dropping low and he will finally die with a tier 1 going down to the TB. It's a deny. Well, does VP want to continue? Well, hello, what happened there? Did he go into MP?
Lifestealer, yeah. Tried to make an angle through there.
Oh dear, Kezu. MP just wanted to wander on forward and look for someone naturally and run into them.
Well, despite the overall net worth lead for the Dire, I still think things looking pretty good for Secret, I would say, just for the general game plan of the Dire. I mean, never count out a TB for sure, just because they only have like a little lead right now. He doesn't need to be destroying at 15 minutes. He can still just win one fight at 20, 25, 30 and still take many of your objectives. But Puppy is running back and forth on this wall and farming it with his wards, by the way. At least that's what it looked like he was doing.
I wonder how much gold he got from that. A couple hundred?
Each. It's like nothing.
Oh. Oh dear. I spot out Lil. Collecting bounty runes. This is an Invis MP though. Moving up towards the top lane. They just need a TP of someone with a disable. Looks like it'll be Kezu to try and line up the hook shot, but Lil has travelled far enough away it looks like. Just got to hope for his sake that he doesn't stop to farm a jungle camp. But the thing is, MP is kind of wasting time here, not using Midas, not farming creeps or anything like that, so he does dip back and turn and face towards this lane. Midas up one of the range creeps at the very least. What are we looking at now?
Still waiting for a fight where we feel the impact and no one, I feel like. Yeah. You know, he still hasn't quite got there in terms of these actual engagements and skirmishes that are past the laning stage. Every time he's just caught out in kind of the wrong spot of the engagement. And that last time too with the stack storm thrown down, they almost had it synced up with the vacuum, but of course before you have the mobility item on Pasha, it's very difficult to do. We'll see if he goes for the force staff first, like Kezu did last game, or if he just wants to go for the blink for that like way better sync up with the static storm.
He's got blink queued up. And it could be the force staff, like you say. Speaking of
he's not
blink,
too worried about.
Lil has got his 17.5 minutes in. Nice timing there for him. But Secret, they're going for the triple Midas, Trent. OD has one, Lifestealer has one, and even Clockwork, Kezu, skipping past the Hand of Midas and aiming for a Hand of Midas, skipping past the Blade Mail, sorry, and aiming for a Hand of Midas himself, as Puppy doubles down on the farming and the greed, pops Serpent Walls to kill off a big Ancient stack for himself.
I like it. No, can I confess that during that patch, when Xiao Shaman could solo Roche at level 6, I did that a few times.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, where you could like ward trap Roche for like 2 weeks. I definitely won like 3 games doing that. It was pretty great. I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Dota 2 confessions.
Your apologies mean nothing, you Canadian.
But I like that. Using it for the Ancient stack. It's good stuff. They're now rotating down bottom. A lot of that pressure. DK's not here quite yet. But the Radiant, they see what's going on. They got some wards. Things are being scouted out here. However, they will be getting a tier 2, whereas the Radiant have a lot of a tier 1 to work through here, and it's a TB and a DK on bottom. I don't even think he's going to pop the Dragon Knight ulti.
And maybe if you had Serpent Wards, you could have thought about doing Roshan while they were doing all of this, but you don't have it, so your options are kind of limited by Puppy's greedy play with the Ancients, but nonetheless, they'll move on to the tier 1. As VP don't seem like they're done yet, moving up onto high ground.
Those rotations back.
Metamorphosis still up for a good duration as no one has his dragon form up to level 2, tier 3. Falling quickly. Maybe force the glyph as well. Probably trying to zap them back with the Ether Shock. TP's coming through thick and fast from Secret as the hook shot lands in, but Lil's there with a Burrow Strike, Static Storm, Vacuum combo! Oh! VP, they've slammed them! Secret 3 dead outside their base, and this is going to be a tier 3 for them as well. All of a sudden, that went 0 to 100 real quick.
Is that melee racks?
I think that's both.
Also, OD got glimpsed, didn't he?
I think that's
top.
Oh, dear lord. Crash and burn. Virtus.pro. They found an opening and they exploited that so quickly.
I thought it looked kind of good for Secret too, right? Because they held that glyph for so long, waiting for the initiation to come through from Kezu until everything was set and ready to go, but just a bit too early for mid one. And sent packing way back to the top lane. Disastrous. No Blink Dagger required. Pasha's just like, yo, thank you. I basically have it at this point.
20 minutes in, your first lane, entire lane of racks going down, and a ward where your racks used to stand. Salt in the wounds there as Dire Vision extends all the way into your base, nearly into your fountain during the daytime. Pasha running back. I mean, Lil is inordinate farmed. Like, honestly, he's more farmed than the Darks here. It's crazy.
This is like last game too, though, right? Where they had Yapsor was doing the same thing. They split the farm up very nicely between Kezu and Yapsor, and now they're doing the same idea between Pasha and Lil. Of course, this game looking a little bit more successful for VP than it was for Secret with that strategy.
To be fair, Yapsor, he's pretty farmed himself. Arcane's mech. And he's looking for a Blink Dagger as well. I don't know who his who's his main target gonna be? TB before Met, like try and get TB or DK before their like transformation spells, or is it gonna be a Darkseer that you look for? I feel like it's so hard to choose who to do. You're just like, well, whoever I can.
I think Darkseer is the best target for sure. Like just stopping his mech, obviously this has to be before Vacuum Wall, but that's gonna be very difficult because with a Blink Dagger now you're not gonna see him before that comes out for sure. There's no way you get that off in time. Now you have a BKB on the DK.
He's definitely not a target. Armlet into BKB. That is a very, very strong indication that VP know they're ahead. They want to keep being ahead and they want to end the game as soon as possible. Desolator on the infested Lifestealer inside of Kezu. Yapsor blocking the route maybe he was looking to hook into, but won't go in for it just yet as the glimpse is there. The vacuum onto Puppy, but the hook shot infests. They jump in onto no one. Static Storm. It's dropped down. These Serpent Walls are doing a lot of damage and they'll finally finish off Pasha, but no one wailing in with a BKB from the back end is doomed up. His Armlet still ticking over as well, so he's losing a lot of HP, but mid one trapped inside. Oh, the epicenter from Lil. Catches with a Burrow Strike as well. Yapsor dropping low, but the Sunder is there. MP dropping now as well. He's gonna die. A double kill for Ramses, and they can clear up these Serpent Walls. They can look for more kills if they want to. Lil jumps forward. Burrow Strike in onto Yapsor. The Doom. He can try and run this one off, but it's not going to be easy. VP.
You feel like you have to fight that as Secret, though, you know?
Yeah.
It looks like a somewhat decent engagement. You're going to get the infest. Let's grab
They got another
here,
glimpse.
like.
Yapzor.
That regen.
He is dead. Solo, very low to the tower, but he switches the aggro. But Virtus.pro, again, another good team fight outside of Secret's base. I don't think this time they can convert it into tier 3s or racks. Definitely a tier 2. Solo's dead to a rocket flare. Oh, I do love this.
Gotta be careful of those flares. Solo ain't wrong. Alright, well, they clean up both towers. 8,800 gold lead. And Roche, certainly the next target on the mind here. Love that Sunder save from Ramses as well. Just like felt his own confidence. Like he has so much armor. The Lifestealer doesn't want to deal with you. Not that DK is really lacking in that department, of course, at this point. 25 for himself, 29 for TB. Post Infest Bomb, it's hard for MP to lay into these guys even with the Deso. Kezu finally gets a Blade Mail. Oh, what happened to his Midas? Did he?
Who, Kezu? I guess he stopped. He went Treads then. He switched back to Treads.
Oh yeah.
Didn't want the Midas anymore. I was just about to say, you know, with the triple Midas, they're 10,000 net worth behind. It's not looking good for them, but at least Kezu now has some kind of item to help battle. A Serpent Water dropped inside the pit. The illusion is taken care of by the OD Arcane Orb, but VP are not going to give this one up for free. DK pops his ulti, has
Will's
the BKB,
FBA.
the vacuum into the storm! Perfect combo with a Burrow Strike, and this might just be game. MP shredded inside, and Virtus.pro, the synergy, the plays. Puppy tries to shackle, but there's no way that he can get out of this one. 4 dead, the 5th one Yapzor retreating as quickly as he can, but Virtus.pro found him with a glimpse back into field. Lil with the stun available, but good game's called. It's going to be a 2-0 easy victory in this best of 3 by VP, and they'll be the ones facing Empire in the grand finals.
That was a great Dragon Knight pick. That's just what I would say. I think really smart people would have seen that one coming. 9-0-6 for Ramses. He finally gets the praise he's been deserving all day because he owned this game. He was given free lane, sure, but when time came, he got the perfect rotations off to punish when they killed his DK a couple times. Takes these objectives, gets Sunder off in the big fight, and of course I don't want to discredit Pasha and Lil as well as Solo, all working together. Nice little trio, making these big easy combos every single time.
Yeah.
Child's play.
VP just playing out of their minds. You know, when you said it at the start of the series, when they're on, they're on, and when they're off, you think they're playing with Donkey Kong drum sets. I guess I said that, not you. But well, they were on this series. They drafted well, they played around each other really nicely, their movements were crisp and clean, and Lil Sand King was a sight to behold. Team Secret, I don't feel that that's an indication of how they're going to progress as a team. They're still trying to figure things out, how to draft and where to go, and what exactly to do in this wonderful new world of 7.06. But they are now out of Mr. Cat. They finish in 3rd place, while Virtus.pro tomorrow at 2 PM CEST will be fighting up against Team Empire, the CIS Derby, and a best of 3 between those two. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Should be good. Our last best of 3 between them was the Chen game from Lil, and that was a VP victory. Then we moved into a Razor Storm battle that came out from Empire for the win, and then of course the Chappie Arc Warden. So should be an interesting, fun-filled best. It is best of 3 confirmed, not 5. Sorry, just checking.
As far as I know.
Okay, good. I'll see you there.
Yeah, we'll see you all there. 2 PM CEST tomorrow. Empire versus VP. Be ready. It's going to be a good one. See you guys tomorrow.